Well, folks, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have another player done for the season. This time it's on their practice squad. Shout out to Sleeper, by the way. More on them a little bit later on in this video. So this was from a couple of days ago, by the way. I do want to preface that. I'm kind of recapping this situation here, but I wanted to keep you guys in the know as much as possible. So from a couple of days ago, Greg Auman talked about how practice squad defensive lineman Jason Jones is done for the season with a torn bicep. He tore it Thursday during practice, and he's going to require season-ending surgery. He might have already had that season-ending surgery already at this point. He's done. He was 6'6", 335 pounds. I know there were some people that were very excited about Jones and his possibility as a developmental guy in this Bucs defense, and it's completely understandable to see why, right? 3-4, you take a look at like that nose tackle position. The Bucs don't have a true backup nose tackle behind Vita Vea. Could have been a guy in Jason Jones, who the Bucs had actually, brought in as maybe that type of presence, somebody that you could elevate on game day to get a big defensive lineman in that mix. But now, unfortunately, his season is done. I believe he had spent a little bit of time with the Baltimore Ravens as well. So obviously, I wish nothing but the best for Jason Jones in terms of his recovery going forward, and that he can get as healthy as possible. And, hey, maybe the Buccaneers give him another chance somewhere down the line. Real quick, guys, I do want to say shout out to Sleeper, the proud sponsor of this channel. If you guys do use the code MrBucs, you will get a $100 deposit match up to $100. That is whenever you use the code MrBucs. Guys, download the #1 sports app today and enjoy football the way it was meant to be. That is together. So, as I said, just kind of taking a look at the Bucs roster here. Jason Jones was a big defensive lineman at 6'6", 335 pounds, okay? Whenever we look at the active roster for the Buccaneers, there's nobody else who really matches that size and weight. CJ Brewer, 6'2", 290. Greg Gaines, who is typically the backup nose tackle, 6'1", 312, but now he has to play more defensive end because Kalijah Cansey, well, he tore his pec. He's on the injured reserve. Logan Hall, Elijah Roberts, I should say, 6'6", 283, 6'4", 295, don't fit that mold, really. Elijah Simmons, undrafted player out of Tennessee, does fit more of that mold at 6'1", 334, and he actually had a tackle for loss in that game against the Philadelphia Eagles, which I know a lot of people were, impressed by that singular play he made with that tackle for loss. Probably is going to be sticking around at this point. I mean, why not, right? Seems like a decent developmental defensive lineman there. So really the only guy who fits that mold on the active roster of backup nose tackle type of thing is probably Elijah Simmons at this point. Now, whenever we take a look at the practice squad with Jason Jones being gone, you do have some more options in there with some of the developmental guys. Adam Gotsis doesn't really fit that mold at 6'4", 287, still a solid veteran. Nash Hutmacher, kind of, at 6'4", 310, kind of in that mold, so to speak, of a guy that can play in the nose tackle spot if you need him to. Jason Jones obviously is not going to be available. You then kind of continue on further down this list. Of course, the big guy that everybody's going to mention is Desmond Watson, and they may have very well brought in Desmond Watson because of that injury to Jason Jones, but he fits the mold. I mean, 6'5", he's still listed at 449 pounds. There's no way he's still 449 pounds. He may be in the low 400s at this point, maybe high 300s, maybe like 390s, 380s. If that's the case, look, he's going to be one of your more top options for a backup nose tackles practice squad elevation type thing. I've talked before about how much the Bucs love the potential of Desmond Watson and stuff like that, and he very well may get some playing time going forward. Shout out Muhammad Kamara, by the way. Still love the guy. Hey, maybe he'll be promoted to the active roster. Same thing with Mike Jordan. The Bucs got some decent guys that should be getting some work here on the active roster, in my opinion. But going forward, he's going to be the big guy, right? That Desmond Watson is, in terms of, hey, we need some more run-stopping ability. Well, Elijah Simmons is going to be there. He is going to help out. We actually saw physical proof of that in the Eagles game where he did have a tackle for loss. We've also got Desmond Watson on the practice squad as well as a possibility. So we'll see, man. We'll see what's going on with the run stopping game going forward. Really, your three big bodied guys are Vita Vea, Elijah Simmons, as well as Desmond Watson. So, very unfortunate here for Mr. Jason Jones. Wish him nothing but a speedy recovery. But what are your guys' thoughts and opinions about this? Do you want to see the Buccaneers bring in another big defensive lineman? Do you want to see them maybe shift and bring in different position groups? I mean, an edge rusher, hey, Mo Camara, just saying. Maybe bring in another inside linebacker, maybe another offensive lineman. Who knows, right? But let me know your guys' thoughts and opinions about it. I'd love to hear it. Thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you all enjoyed. And as always, guys, I'll see you all in the next video or the next live stream. But until then, and as always, guys, goodbye for now, and go Bucs.